Hello everyone, we're back with Ciconia no Naku Koyoni, translated meaning when the Ciconia cry, better known as Ciconia, when they cry. We're back with like this military music playing, and last time like everyone was menacing. What's the the JoJo, yeah. Anyway, I think this will be the last Ciconia for the foreseeable future that I upload on my channel because of the streaming policy. So yeah, I will be doing like a sometime after this. I'm saying this now. I'll probably also repeat this at the end of the video, honestly. Or maybe this isn't even the end, chapter 7. I think it is, but I could be off. Anyway, what I'll be doing at the end of every chapter after this one, I'll just record like a anywhere between, I guess, 10 seconds and 2-minute long summary of my thoughts on it. I won't be doing like a play-by-play. He's like, go read it for yourself. Come on now. Pay the $40 tax to experience some of the best writing the world has ever seen. Presumably, we haven't gotten there yet. Like, I've been having fun. Just like, it's not, we're not like, you know, best writing in the world, like, you know, Umi Neko. Yet. Hopefully we will be. But, so yeah, I'll do like a chapter by chapter, just, I guess you could call it reaction. Maybe that's the best way to put it. Because if I were to just read the whole thing and then do a final thoughts video, which I will still be doing, that would remove a lot of the freshness of it, I guess. Because usually with a final thoughts video, when I do them, like I kind of lay out like talking points. Very poorly because I'm terrible at those, but I still do it. And so that's what the chapter by chapter thing is for. I don't know if there'll be the same video, 2 separate videos, or what. But yeah, am I allowed to put like screenshots of? I don't know. Maybe? Like, can I put like a screenshot of text from past chapter 7 or? I don't think so. I mean, if it was a review, I would be allowed to my understanding of copyright law. Like, no questions asked there. But if it's not a review, then it's iffy. It's copyright law. So yeah, probably won't do that. It'll just be like a black screen. Or maybe I'll play Golden Vantage or something. Who knows? What's like a Ciconia game? Like, I could play Metal Gear Solid. That feels like the best. I've never played a Metal Gear game, but I think this is Metal Gear-ish. Don't quote me on that. So yeah, let's get into the chapter. Former Prime Minister Zaidan of ACR Libya has reported to have died of an illness last week. Libya is the one west of Egypt, by the way. I named it when I was trying to name all the African countries I knew. I was like, wait, what's that one? You know, I'm just stupid. But according to her recently, he actually died to a gunshot wound. This has led to a massive uproar in that country. Our former prime minister, what do you mean that country? Like, I mean, you just repeat Libya. That's a weird thing to say. Our former prime minister, leader of peace and democracy, was killed by the ACR royal family. Africa must not fall back into a dark age. We request humanitarian military support from the ABN government military to protect the people of Africa. ICR Royal Family Press Secretary Rafini said that the measure is taken because making any announcement before the investigation concluded might have led to a panic, in effect confirming the leak. This crime was committed by secret agents of the ABN Guidance Department, which has always challenged the harmony of the African continent. A male and a female member of the ABN involved with the assassination have already been arrested. We've asked that the International Criminal Police Department issue an official notice regarding 4 other participants. The ABN Department of Friendship. Wait, hold on. Hey, hold on. I need a AB. This is ABN. What? ACR. Same thing. What is ABN short for? Is that? I need exposition. I'm not good. Wait, is it? Oh, ABN. Oh! I thought I was like infighting, but no. They said ABN sent in some goons to kill The Libyan Prime Minister, did they say? I don't remember. Well, whoever their head of government was. The equivalent to a Ministry of Foreign Affairs has expressed their deep regrets of these comments, and... Oh, just now, AB and Pakistan's mining machines have all started operating at once. The suspension of the Kashmir Spirit Field dispute, which both the ABN and COU supposedly agreed to, is now over. Ever since the disputed Kashmir region was found to contain a large-scale spirit field, the ABN and COU have each publicly encouraged the other to show self-restraint, while simultaneously claiming that they themselves ought to possess the Kashmir region. This issue has been suspended for quite some time. It seems that the moment have finally come for them to clash openly. Hey. Oh, so this is the Pacific. So there's America. Wait. I'm like, what does North America look like again? Is that there? Or did part of Mexico sink? Does Mexico have that? Am I stupid? Am I actually just a huge idiot who doesn't know what the continent I live on looks like? Yes, I am. Okay. Good to know, everyone. I've been to Mexico before. I should know this. I went on vacation when I was like young. I don't remember how old. This issue has been suspended for quite some time, but it seems that the moment has finally come for them to clash openly. The foreign ministers of COU China and COU India both released statements. They're harshly criticizing the ABN, saying that their breach of the agreement by resuming mining operations will not be tolerated, and that they must bear responsibility for whatever happens next. Hey! Hey, Gestures. World news is suddenly gotten so exciting. Is the information overload making you old people lose your minds? Hey, George. Hey, Hideyoshi. It would count as information if this was news, but it isn't news to us. And Rudolph? Or maybe Yaneve even? Rudolphine. Right. After all, when they announce the news, they're just reading our manuscript aloud for us. Precisely. Why do you all have your hands like that? Wait. That's true if you do. All is in the name of guiding humanity down the right path. However, the Kashmir reason, I'm doing my hands like him. I'm doing the Origayo. The Kashmir reason isn't the only spirit field problem the COU has. There's also the Glass Sea of Japan. The vast glass sea that separates COU Japan and AOU Japan has been maintained by both countries as a symbol of peace and a World War relic. They've attempted to use it as an opportunity to build harmony. At least, until recently. Well, I suppose it's natural for rare spiridium to become a source of disputes. Who could have predicted that a spirit field of rare spiridium would be found in the earth below the glass sea? AOU Japan did a soil analysis first, discovering that a vast spirit field existed there, but they concealed that information and effectively prevented the soil analysis by COU Japan. AOU Japan says their announcement was merely delayed, and that they hadn't intended to conceal anything, but the COU strongly suspects that they were trying to keep the spirit fields all for themselves. COU Japan claims that the glass sea was divided in half, so the western half belongs to them, and AOU Japan claims that the glass sea is the neutral zone managed by both countries. COU Japan has suggested that they might station border guards in that area, so it seems unlikely that the glass sea of Japan will escape becoming another disputed territory. Oh, new character. Black-suited men. Your Excellency, we received a report from our COU Japanese comrades that the stationing of border guards will take place in 48 hours. Oh, so shot. Everything is proceeding smoothly. Even though they lost almost all their pieces in the big war, they managed to scrape together this much in just over a century. I must admit I'm impressed. We also have reports that the pawns hidden in countries around the world have all started taking action at once. Are you sure we shouldn't make our move? Nah, I'll be fine. If half or so of the world gets destroyed, that's probably just what humanity needs about now. Civilization is a unicycle about that humanity's constantly riding. If they stop, they fall. So they have to keep on moving. The only problem is that civilization has an end. When they reach that end, they will definitely come. There'll be a festival, a Harvest Festa, a rewrite Harvest Festa. Everything will be reaped without even a single husk left behind. I'll all be pulled up by the roots. Humane to that, World War IV will be far more humane. If you just rewind the world's civilization a little, the end of civilization will be that much further away. And weapons of mass destruction have already been eradicated. See? Nothing to worry about at all. We have new information about the Atlantic Spirit Field issue in the Atlantic. The AOU American government has made a statement that the ACR, which currently has a unilateral military presence in that area, must withdraw the warship Atlantis of the ACR Combined Navy from the Spirit Field within 2 weeks. If they do not, the AOU American Navy will dispatch their Atlantic fleet to that location. They demand that the ACR withdraw a single ship. It's classified as a warship, but the Atlantis is a super fortress class segmented warship, an ocean fortress made of 7 massive linked warships. We mentioned this. I remember that. It's also a symbol of their occupation of the Atlantic Spirit Field, so it's hard to imagine the ACR going along with this. Another news item just in. The ACR royal family, referencing 12 murders including that of the former Prime Minister Zedon, has demanded the return of the Supreme Chancellor Balomi, the Liberal Democratic Party African Liberation Front, who is currently receiving political asylum in COU Madagascar. So everything is just going awful. It's World War I all over again. Everyone hates each other. Except Latin America, who's just having a fun time over there. It is unlikely that the COU will respond to this demand, and many think that this will further complicate the Mozambique Channel issue, which considers a heating up of the travel restrictions through the area near the Lemurian Spirit Field. And now for our next item. Just now, despite repeated requests from the ABN Oracle Department to desist, the Seven State Alliance in Western ABN Ukraine has started holding their national referendum on whether or not to seek admission to AOU Russia. The AOU Russian military is concentrating on their border and decided that they might enter as part of a humanitarian operation to protect citizens of Russian descent if the worst were to happen. Of course, the ABN Peace Department has objected vehemently to this. It's suspected that behind the scenes, complicated religious issues have been forcibly silenced or play here. Is ABN this one? No, ABN's this one. Wait, which one's the one that is big on? Yeah, oh, okay, it's ABN. I thought it was COU, but okay. Okay, I got it now. I'm up to speed. No, I'm not. This powder keg may have been lit last month, when several VIPs of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church were arrested. I'm gonna come back and rewatch this at least twice, just because these events are gonna be at least somewhat important, right? This isn't just a case to be oh yeah, normal news day. Meanwhile, on the internet, theories that all these international tensions are fueled by a Lado international conspiracy have been gaining steam. It's a conspiracy by the countries of Lado trying to get the other 4 factions to take each other out. The 4 factions must maintain their self-restraint and calmly deal with these issues. What if the Drasig's secret base is actually in Brazil, and that's actually Hitler's secret base, where he's still alive after World War II because he escaped? Now is the time for peace and coexistence. The anti-pacifist Lato must be annihilated. Lato must stop monopolizing rice-spiridium fields and share them with the whole world. Well, Lato, the world's greatest supplier of rice-spiridium, is periodically set up as the villain of international conspiracies. In particular, old major countries who look down on nations affiliated with Lato in the B3W era are rumored to be unsatisfied with Lato's international leadership in A3W society, even to the point of jealousy. It seems that military tensions springing up across the world will affect all factions, even Lato. Lato? Oh. Hold on. Swords? Wait, stars and... COU? I can't see any real world... Colors, color-wise... Mexico's flag has all these colors, right? Or... I'm not good with flags. Or countries. Or geography. I mean, you guys should know that by now. This has been quite a day. It's just one bit of unsettling news after another. Oh, okay. Brazil's big dude. Whatever form of government they have, I don't know. As if you didn't know about all these things beforehand, Your Excellency. In the highest class private room of a resort hotel, an old pudgy... Well, no, this is a military official, duh. Military official and Tojiro were sharing a meal. There were MPs in the four corners of the room. There were, all staring at Torgio. Humans are despicable creatures, after all. The feeling of superiority we get simply from knowing things a bit sooner from the general public makes a good drink that much more delicious. Yeah! If we keep this up and dash straight into World War IV, that ought to sober them up. Yeah! Ha 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 ha! No one wants that. This moderate sort of tension sometimes builds during peacetime. But whenever it does, they beautifully make up and give the world's news a good story with a nice moral. Gah ha ha ha! Everyone wants a scenario like that to play out. That's what will happen this time too. After all, unless you give humans some tension every now and then, they start to forget how precious peace is. They also forget how grateful they are to the people who have protected that peace. Exactly. After all, this spread of international tension will make for an excellent change to show out the true purposes of militaries and related institutions, whose jobs have nothing more than earning medals and battle standard festivals under the noble guise of being servants of peace. Humans are foolish creatures who respect proactive occupations, but show absolutely no respect for reactive ones. Though militaries were hailed as guardians supporting the walls of peace, their budgets have started to decline everywhere in recent years. After all, natural borders have been maintained thanks to the healthy military balance. They're now wonderfully stable. Not only that, once the newest type of weapon, the gauntlet, was made ready for practical use, a few thousand suitable youths would be able to replace millions of soldiers. In the end, militaries around the world would probably be dismantled. This development was harshly amusing for old men with vested interest in the military's upper echelons, as well as the high-ranking men in active service who wanted their spots. If only there was an upswing of military tensions, giving me a chance to shine. A lot of military men who think that way. It's just like how there's never been an exterminator who wants all bugs to go extinct. However, there were quite a few old men who didn't care about the future, who were more interested in how much easy money they could make now. By the time all militaries were dissolved, they'd be long retired. Why should they care about what happened after that? To them, these global military tensions, which were building after such a long time, would be their last festival, and a chance to rake in the dough. The military official rose to his feet and gazed through a window at a well-lit pool under the night sky. Tojiro, you're a fairly well-known broker in this arena. One of my friends says the Department of Defense says he's made you a killing thanks to you. What, did I say that sentence right? I don't think I did. Oh, wonder who that friend might be. When doing business with me, being loose-lipped is against the rules. No! His lips are indeed tightly sealed, and I can guarantee that he'll never speak of you again as long as he lives. Have no fear, Tojiro. I see. Those eyes are like brown, but kind of a lighter brown than Tomitake's. And also personality-wise, there's nothing like Tomitake. I see. So that's why he never responds when I ask him to go out for a drink. Tojiro, I'm not a small fry like him. I have power. I have no shortage of strong cards to play. And with those cards, I can help you earn even more. Would you mind showing me those cards? I've never shown my cards to anyone who hasn't brought me a sack of money, but you're definitely Tojiro. Very well, as an apology for inviting you here so abruptly, I'll show you. The military official signaled to an MP with his shin. Just rub his shin. You've got mail, Poyo! Did an attached file? Poyo! An email has been sent to Tojiro Cellcom. He quickly checked the attached file. In it was a record of a top-secret meeting at the IPMA, the International Peace Mediation Association. Stop making me say shuns. There's too many shuns. Just get rid of them. I remember once that a teacher was like, oh yeah, there's too many shuns. Apparently he's quoting a movie, but I don't remember what movie it was. It showed that they decided to take a wait-and-see approach, practically speaking, regarding the feuds that had popped up simultaneously all over the world. The digital signature was good. This was real. It wasn't exactly surprising. Considering this man's position and connections, it shouldn't have been impossible for him to get his hands on this. This card's not bad, Your Excellency. These files are surely precious things, capable of predicting the future state of the world. The cards I have are really nothing special. And here you have some very nice cards yourself, that you have all sorts from all over the globe. Compared to your cards, mine are a little more than a parking pass. Tojiro, I want to be your new friend. Or are you thinking that I want to be useful to your business? The plump military official held out his big greasy hand for a handshake. Tojiro chuckled and grasped the man's hand. You wouldn't notice unless you look closely, but this was a slightly unique handshake, with a peculiar arrangement of fingers. But I don't know what that means. Glad to have formed an amicable relationship with you. Did he just like slip him a 20? Like, here, thanks for the data, here's 20 bucks. Go buy yourself a soda pop. It's probably $20 now. Because inflation. Now that you've joined forces with me, promise to make sure you're raking the dough. And I promise to earn you even more. Or rather, if I didn't, I had the feeling I'd be footing the bill for my stay here. Hey Tojiro, as your new friend, since they're exchanging business cards, could I ask you to reveal just one tiny card of yours? The military official suddenly smirked impishly. It was the sort of unpleasant familiarity often used by the people who don't really want to be called friends. In that case, to celebrate my new friendship with your excellency, here's your card. Do you have stock in any environmental Amos related companies? Of course. Stock in Amos companies is like a goose that always lays safe golden eggs. You may want to sell that off, bit by bit. Why? Well now, that'd be a different card, your excellency. You aren't testing me, are you? Not at all. You really do trust me, and you better do as I say. If environmental Amos were to run into some kind of trouble, the whole world would go back to its nanomachine allergy of a century past. When that happens, it'll already be too late. I understand, Tojiro. I'll take this friend's warning to heart. First Lieutenant Valentina. I'm right here. Tojiro is my friend. Tell the Public Safety Office that they may remove their mark on him. You may leave. As you wish, Your Excellency. Valentina saluted and left the room. As she walked through the hall, her Kizuna told her that a friend had sent her a message. Don't actually remove the mark, make 2 marks! You've received a message from your friend. Oh, Mary Carmen Pollo. That's Purple Girl. Did you see the news? Looks like all kinds of crazy things are happening all over the world. I even got a notification saying that I might get caught up in some kind of conspiracy, so I need to be extra careful of anything suspicious. Seriously, what will I do if war really does break out? I'm gonna become a gauntlet because I wanted to fly. I don't want a war. Is this her pretending? Or because it's said in her profile she does that, right? I remember them based off colors. I can't remember their names or anything. But yeah. Skilled Hawk hides its talons. Seriously. Opening text editor. Oh, it's encrypted. Or maybe? Don't be silly. Of course there won't be a war. No one wants war. They're all just amusing themselves with a situation that smells like war. Just like how you enjoy being scared of ghosts every year during Halloween. Message sent to Mary Carmen. What if she's actually scared of ghosts and she's not faking it? Because based off what her profile says, that's the kind of thing like she'd fake for reactions or whatever. You became a soldier because you wanted to fly? Monsters all over the world are wriggling in the darkness, trying to start a greed-filled carnival. Only those who predicted the wave and managed to move first will survive and get rich. You became a soldier because you wanted to fly? Fool. Or maybe like they're close enough friends that I don't know. That cheap resolve is going to cost you. I'm assuming we're getting a meow bit. That's a pretty meow sounding music. Or meow music rather. A friend has arrived! Pollo! Oh! Pretty cute actually. Jaden, thanks for waiting. Right, do we get it? I want to see the full sprite. I like the hat. No, dang it. And oh, it depends. Are there knee-high socks? Or how high do the socks go? That changes it from like an 8 out of 10 to 10 out of 10, depending. Or it could sink it to a 6 out of 10 if they're just like regular socks. Jaden, thanks for waiting. Sorry I'm late. I don't mind that. No, not at all. Of course, that was a lie. Was it really today? Was this really the right time? Is this really the right place? You check that mail thread with this mental tablet way too many times. Someone just even asked, do you notice that this is a default wallpaper, Pollo? Dang, she didn't cancel at the last minute. How can you be so rude, Abdul? Also, you owe me 1 credit. A late woman is the one for you. A late man must commit seppuku. Arriving first and waiting is what makes a man a man. In the virtual room inside Jaden's head, all his male friends from the public bath are giving him support. I already love this friend group. I hope they all stay happy and don't betray each other at all. Which, I mean, it could be either one. Like, Higurashi did, like, that friend thing. So this could keep it, or also they're all going to kill each other violently. It's up in the air. After all, because supergenius Jaden's parallel processing ability had been recognized at a young age, he'd grown up at a special institution. Forget that baptism of American boys known as the prom. He hadn't had any exciting contact with the opposite sex at all. I feel you, man. He didn't have a naturally cheery personality, and he knew from sitcoms how attractive guys are supposed to act. But this was just his first time putting that into practice. Let's just say as an anime fan on prom night, that was the Mega Man spiritual successor. They made fun of pretty much their target audience. Like, I'd say there's overlap between Mega Man and anime, right? And I forget what they said, but I assume like you're lonely is what they were implying, or maybe they're implying that they were surrounded by cute girls because anime and cute girls are, you see? I don't know. I don't think I even ever actually watched the ad that it's from. I've just heard people talking about it. It's not relevant anymore though, so I can just reference it as is, and you know. Closely fought battle had taken place between the pressure of making sure his first date had a good time, and his pride and embarrassment at the thought of having to ask his friends for help. Eventually, the former won out, and he had gathered his friends in a virtual room so they could offer him support during his date. Is this gonna be like, they're gonna be talking to him the whole time, like, oh, do that to impress her, yeah! Hey boy, shouldn't you start by complimenting the girl who got all dressed up for this day? Oh, right! Your clothes look really cute today! Thanks, but I overdid it a bit. Looks like my shoes don't really fit me. I can't see the shoes! They're adorable girly shoes. You might have Meow's body, but you look so cute when you're Meow. -5 points. But dealing with the CPP, it's safer to avoid comparing them to their other personalities. Grab! I picked them because they're cute, but there's no point if it's hard to walk in them. And on the big day of our date, too. Whoa! I'm stuck already! How am I supposed to respond to that? I say, don't worry about it being hard to walk. Just hold my hand and we'll take it slow. I'd show respect for the fact that she chose shoes she wasn't used to. Thanks for picking the cutest shoes for my sake. Well, I'd go with, let's stop by a drugstore and buy some foot protection tape so your precious feet don't get hurt. Okay, I know which one of these three has a foot fetish. If we're going that way out, say, for the sake of your lovely feet, my princess, I'd gladly become your clogs myself. Okay, I know which two. How about you soon with that? That's what happens when you wear shoes you aren't supposed to. Baka! Look at there. Well, speak up if you get tired, okay? I'll carry you. Woo! Hey, legs! Oh no! Looks like Jaden got confused with bros. They really just wanted to go out and have fun. Now he's creeped up because I suddenly called it a date. Oh, okay. Get a hold of yourself. A date is a battlefield. If you let your guy down, some other girl will snatch him from you. Jaden is pretty cool after all. Even I was thinking about taking a shot at him. I'm not sure about the cool part, but I've learned from the studies that he's surprisingly cute. Still, I don't understand. Why did you go out of your way to get Meow shoes that were hard to walk in? You just don't get it. Wow! If you tie your awkward shoes, the boy might lend you his shoulder. Wow! It shows off your mentality of pure and innocent love, since you chose those shoes for him, even though it'd be difficult to walk in them. It's a splendid romantic strategy. Jaden's hesitation is proof that he's just as nervous as she is. Just enjoy this feeling of awkwardness and innocence. Just enjoy it. That doesn't help at all. Like Jaden, Meow had also been invited. It also invited the girls with a public bath into her mind, asking them to give her support. But you know what they say about having too many cooks in the kitchen? In the end, the support didn't help either of them at all and only ended up confusing them. Oh, it's time to walk. I'll walk at the same pace, so just let me know. Also, thanks for choosing such cute shoes for my sake. And let's stop by a drugstore. I want to be your clogs. Stupid. Ah, wait, I take that back. That's 11. Huh? Now, when the rain slips up, you must giggle and soften the mood. Now's your chance to pretend to trip and lean on the shoulder. Wow! Meow also took advice for all the advice she was given, pretending to trip while giggling and clinging to his shoulder, as well as poking his nose and saying, "We're ready to go to the hospital and get you some help, silly," in an incredible combo move! What does that mean? What should I do? Jaden's getting creeped out again. What should I do? I never should have gone on that date. Ah! It seemed to take quite some time before either realized that getting love advice during a date was a bad idea. Jaden had been the one who asked her out. Meow was the kind of personality that hid in Meow's shadow most of the time, so there weren't many chances to talk to her directly. One night, when Meow was sleeping, he had messaged Meow, and while they were engrossed in their conversation, it strengthened his resolve, deciding that if he didn't ask her out now, it might be a long time before he got another chance. So when, like, the body is sleeping, are they both asleep, or is it only... I don't know how that works. Like, when it says Meow was sleeping, does that mean just his personality was dormant, or... I don't know. Oh, they don't even sleep, right? Duh. I forgot about the sleep drug, the anti-sleep drugs. He stepped up to a man's challenge and, miraculously, set up today's date. The location he chose is Neo-Akihabara, in the center of Tokyo. That's an awful choice by dude. Well, I mean, it's Neo, so it might not be anime. This guy's name from Akihabara, which was once hailed as the sacred land of otaku culture. It was still a sacred land for subcultures in this area, but that definition was now broader. Okay. In addition to anime, manga, and games, it was packed with all sorts of ridiculous things, including artists, performers, underground idols, precision circuit board shop, carnivorous plant shop, the world spice marketplace, the official chess boxing shop, an underwater combat gym, the world furry convention, monster parties, the Harry Man co-sleeping cafe, the slug race in Tokyo, one Yan Cup, stop by now and get 200 sacred gems, and so on. There's not a CRT shop though. And it was a bustling city, always filled with the enthusiasm of the youths wanting to make their dreams a reality. By the way, the original Akihabara had been swallowed up by fancy fashion skyscrapers and is now a high-class city lined with expensive brand stores on par with Ginza. These days, saying someone was Akiba style basically meant that they looked like a celebrity. Oh, your boyfriend's Akiba style? Wow! No, not that Akiba style. He's Neo-Akiba style. That's become a classic gag in this era. At first, Jaden had thought about using a more standard route, going to a stylish place you'd expect girls to like. However, according to the advice of his friends, dates turn out to be better if you go somewhere both of you can enjoy, rather than catering to what one person wants. Good advice. The point of a date is that you both enjoy it, right? If you're just trying to entertain her, that makes you a tour guide, not her lover. But even so, how could you choose Neo-Akihabara? Shouldn't it be a more grown-up city? Grown-up cities are built to entertain grown-ups. Those two are kids. Kids should be kids and play where they don't have to strain themselves. In my experience, women who want a grown-up date usually just want to show off by walking around with a hot guy. Hey now, this is no time to badmouth the princess, okay? That Jaden choosing such a childish city as this. So much more satisfying to go to a grown-up town where you can show everyone what a grown-up date you're having. I love it when they do that. Like when one character says, oh, that character's probably thinking X, and that character thinks exactly X. Also, the song's nice. To classifying their types in their available area of action, the city was optimal. Neo-Akihabara is famous even in the COU. They say there are all sorts of strange things there. I'd like to go if I had a chance. You hear that? I'll bet a certain someone would say, such a place is not suitable for one such as you, princess. Momotake is always strict on me. Suppose father told him to keep an eye out. But, I've heard that Neo-Akihabara is in an immoral city filled with posters and billboards that expose a woman's skin. Whoa! That's just too obscene. It's the old Akihabara. Neo-Akihabara goes far beyond that, as a melting pot of all sorts of inexplicable cultures. Come now, don't be shy, take a look. In Jaden and Meow's brain, their friends were definitely looking down on this from above, like sightseers. Jaden, you came to cities like this a lot? Well, every once in a while. I've gotten involved in subcultures briefly a few times. It's not like I'm an otaku or anything. I knew someone as cool as you couldn't possibly be an otaku. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Yeah! Otaku are like so anti-social, right? You're right. You're just crazy to lock yourself up and play video games all the time. Here's self-destructing him! Destructing him? Why are they suddenly pretending to be normies? Both of them had pretended they'd met each other at a game center. In fact, Jaden loved video games, manga, and anime. Yet he was one of the lucky few who looked like a normie on the outside. By the way, Meow loved video games, manga, and anime too. Most of the time, she couldn't leave the inside of Meow's head, so entertaining herself by fishing around the internet had become a hobby of her. Oh, that's convenient, actually. You know, being a CPP must be nice. You can just make the main personality do all the work while you just play on the internet all day. After saying this, their friends concluded that they were doing something typical of innocent couples, going into bluff mode and trying too hard to look impressive. They poked fun at them a lot under the guise of giving advice. It's like, be honest, don't lie to her and be yourself. How can you possibly like someone who can't say they like what they like? Gradually, the pair of them both realized they're thinking the exact same thing, trying way too hard in exactly the same way. Ah, sheesh. What's up with me today? This isn't how super genius Jaden is supposed to be. Sorry, Meow. Just been lying my butt off, part of my friends, trying to look cool. I love games and stuff. I love manga too. On my days off, I'm a freaking otaku who stays shut up in his room all from morning till night. Acting like I knew nothing about this city. Well, that's not true at all. If anything, this is my home. That main game center we just passed. I go there all the time. Get a freaking platinum membership card. I know I said that's creepy. I wonder what kind of person goes to places like that. But this here's obviously platinum, isn't it? Thank you for your time. This has been my TED Talk. If you say that, well, this is my first time I've come to this city, but I bought things from lots of these stores over the net. And as for me, I spend all my time shut up in my brain, and I love manga and games, but I didn't want to creep you out. What the heck? So we've both just been trying to act cool? We're so uncool. You want to play games too, Meow? Which manga have you read? Stuff like One Piece, Slam Dunk, Dragon Ball? Those are obvious references. One Piece, Slam Dunk, and Dragon Ball if you don't know. I haven't read Slam Dunk, but I think that one's like good in a... Like Dragon Ball and One Piece are like mainstream good. I think One Piece is like... So to my understanding, Dragon Ball that's like, oh yeah, cool action scenes. One Piece, it actually has some good writing and world building and stuff, but also like it's so long I'm never gonna read it. And I think Slam Dunk is just like genuinely good. Well, I guess you could say it in, I don't know about One Piece. But like Dragon Ball, loved it as like a kid. But when I look back on it, it's very plain. Oh, like it did kind of set the standard, so it works like that are hard to judge. Whoa, so you love the classics, huh? Oh, One Piece is actually over by now, isn't it? Or is it still going? I love all of those, and when I start reading them on my days off, it suddenly gets dark outside before I realize it. But boy, the old internet's culture had brought manga and similar industries to the brink of destruction. The legal sharing and the like. Is the Tsukishi preaching to us? However, thanks to various new HorseyEatYou technologies, they're being protected again. We're on their eyes once more. Partly because manga making techniques had temporarily gone extinct, classics from the A2W's golden age of manga were coming into the limelight yet again. I love Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunted x Hunted too. Well, Hunted. That's Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter, which are both by the same author. I haven't read Yu Yu Hakusho or watched it. I need to. I've heard the tournament arc is very good. JoJo's Bizarre Barbecue is great too. Let's get into Scream Camp. One time when my friends and I had a barbecue, I tried to do a JoJo grill, but screwed up and dropped the meat. That's gonna get screwed up. Okay. I want to do a JoJo grill too. I want to do the one in the cover of volume 32. I don't know which one 32 is. That's probably Diamond is Unbreakable. Maybe Mental Oreo. We really are creepy, aren't we? Yeah, we are. But I think that's us at our most honest, and this city suits it perfectly. Or it could be a Stone Ocean because... Hold on, I gotta Google that. JoJo Volume 32. I want to say Diamond is Unbreakable. Yes it is. That's not a very plausible one. It's like Koichi, Josuke, and Money Man. I forget his name. Like looking into like a sewer grate or whatever you call those. The two of them finally became their real selves, relaxing and laughing together honestly. Jordan had said something unfortunate earlier, but I really was amazed at how impossible it was to think that this was the same body as Meow's. True, her outfit and makeup did make a difference, but can a person really look this different just by how they act? He couldn't help but be amazed by the fact that, when dealing with humans, what they are on the inside matters far more than how they appear. At the same time, he felt even more affection for Meow. Even though they were going out for the first time, she'd been watching him for so long, inserting compliments in the middle of Meow's lecture mode the whole time. And as his fondness increased, a certain question entered his head and wouldn't go away. However, he couldn't ask Meow directly. It'd be hard to find the answer. And if he asked his friends, they might really get mad at him this time. No, but isn't this exactly the time you're supposed to rely on your adolescent friends? Are you all still there? Yeah, pretty much. We thought it would be rude to intrude any further. We're just planning to go our separate ways. And by that, they're totally stalking them. This question isn't appropriate. Please forget what happened today and leave quietly. I don't even mind if you unfriend me. Hey, what's up? It's not like you to be this serious. I imagine it's something about Meow being a guy, maybe? Or just Meow being a separate personality. Like, is he allowed to date people too? Like, I imagine those are two questions that come up with CPPs. I don't know anything about CPPs, so I keep misunderstanding things and hurting people. Everything I'm sorry that I'm so ignorant. I get all that. But there's still one thing I just have to ask. There's no need to be so timid. Ask us whatever you want. I'll happily answer any questions you have. So is this about what you do in bed? No, it's not like I expect that to come up on a first date. It's just, the thing I want to ask is sort of related to that. I want to make this clear. Now, the simple fact that I care about something like this might already be rude to some of the people here. But even I'm basically a healthy, average, absolutely normal guy, right? Is it obvious that I want to know? Is it whether Meow's body is a guy or a girl? About Meow, or rather, Meow. Which is he? Which sex? Okay, yeah. Can you just check in the shower room after training? The AOU, out of consideration to various genders, was one of those anti-sexual discrimination nations. There's a non-anti-sexual discrimination nation? As a result, resident cards in countries allied with the AOU indicated their citizen numbers and names, but not their sexes. Information about one's sex was shared only when it became necessary at medical institutions. Even then, it was shared only between the person and their hospital. The information would be instantly removed after a certain time had passed. For example, in addition to men's and women's public bathrooms, there are also restrooms either could use. Just like women's restrooms, they only had stalls. However, you are allowed to use them regardless of your sex, so even gender minorities could use them without having to worry about whether they are a girl or a boy. Wait, they got rid of urinals? What does the world come to? In short, even sex was a protected item of private information in AOU Japan. Out in the nights where military officers were given suitable lodgings for the positions. For that reason, even their showers were in fully equipped private rooms. So he had never seen whether his partner's body was a male or female. Of course, any sort of touching that would allow you to determine someone's sex is illegal without the AOU. What? Regardless of the perpetrator's age or gender. Is going gooey gooey illegal? Meow's build had been more dramatically one way than the other. It would have been easy to tell, but he really did have a gray sort of build. It could either be a man or a woman's. And you know, I'm still a guy, right? If I find I like someone, I want to form a steady relationship with them. In the end, well, I like to go as far as I can go. That's not weird, is it? Isn't that healthy? But dang! If at the very end, we get carried away, that final instant, if we're sexually incompatible from a biological standpoint, what do I do? Do I make a lewd joke here, or do I stay pure? It's hard! It's hard! But I'm gonna stay pure. No lewd. Lewd is banned. I think those three from the Yellow shipping could be on the question best. Should I call them? No. I would ask the people here. At first everyone felt like bursting out laughing and poking fun of him, but they didn't understand how he felt. If you get the lucky half of those 50-50 odds, I'd say there's no room for debate, so go for it. The problem is the other 50%. Yep. You didn't fall in love with her because you're after her body, right? So it doesn't really matter what her biological sex is, does it? That's right. If Meow's heart and her kindness It's Meow's heart and her kindness I fell in love with. Even her body isn't a girl, I'll accept her. I think that's like a good point to have, but I don't think it'd be wrong to someone to break up with them because, you know, their body's a guy. Or, yeah. You are a true man. However, for your own mental health, you should probably resolve this issue quickly. If your heightened libido is unable to properly sublimate? Is that a word? You can expect to receive considerable mental damage. So if you're able to identify her sex somehow, what will you do if Meow's body is male, Jaden? I'll do all I can to be best friends with her. What the heck am I doing? They just said I'm not after her body, but I'll be let down if her body's male? Am I just a pervert? Oh, that's not how super genius Jaden's supposed to act. Oh, hold on 1 second. That's more like 15, but still. I'm super uncool! Several of the most recent studies indicate that about 10% of the population is homosexual. Yeah, I think the actual number right now is somewhere between 4 and 10%, so that makes sense, yeah. Same-sex couples aren't particularly rare either. I think it depends on the country, really. Like, you know, or countries where it's more acceptable. More people are like, oh yeah, the service, yeah. But on, you know, countries where, you know, it's not exactly a good thing to come out, and someone comes up like for a survey, you're probably gonna lie. Same-sex couples aren't particularly rare either. Apparently women these days view same-sex couples as a more pure love, since your partner isn't just after your body. I mean, that's not how that works, but okay. Well, love takes all kinds of forms. Either way, there are as many types of love as there are lovers. This is true love. You gotta follow through to the end. You need not let the words of outsiders trouble you. In the end, that's what it comes down to. Do you like her or not? And if you do, how are you going to show each other that? In the end, that's for you to decide. The young pair's sexual troubles were very innocent, the kind of thing that could change completely depending on one's country, culture, and religion. However, Jaden and Meow were fortunately part of the same culture sphere and had similar views when it came to romance. On top of that, the AOU was accepting all sorts of genders, and same-sex marriages were legal as well. In other words, you should decide freely, by your own will, as a pair who loves each other. That's the world you live in. So you should enjoy your love to the fullest within those rules. It wasn't as though they were irresponsibly supporting a romance of a couple with unknown genders. They said this with the understanding that the AOU acknowledged same-sex couples. The AOU claimed to have abolished discrimination against sexual minorities, but not all factions did this. If Jaden and Meow had been in a different faction or cultural sphere, the other would probably have been offered different advice. Meow and I weren't for the AOU. Could this have gotten messy? The ABN, homosexuality is accepted, at least on the surface. However, the Unified Religious Council keeps putting off making a decision about whether or not homosexuality is acceptable. Because that fundamentalists who like to call themselves devout still take an unsympathetic attitude. In the ACR, same-sex marriage is officially supported. Still, was it last year? It got out that one of the princes was gay, and everyone freaked out. Pretty sure he gave up his place in the royal succession and was forced to become a monk. Yeah, I remember that. Gender minorities across the ACR started holding protests, right? It's not as though people across the world are free to do whatever they want, like in the AOU. Stop hitting me with the real world themes! We still don't know for sure if Meow is the same sex as me, but the world does have all kinds of issues, doesn't it? You remember that girl, Yuki, from my squad, Suparna? Rukshana? I remember her. She's the cute girl who came in waving with you during the Battle Standard Festival, yeah? In the culture of her country, it's considered immoral to have members of the opposite sex in the workplace. Wait, what? Then how do men and women work together? Similar to how men and women have different bathrooms and changing rooms, people in her culture think it's better to have workplaces that are also divided between boys and girls. Not a modest culture. Because of that, when it came out that the squad she had been assigned to had a man in it, it caused a bit of a fuss in her home country. Political concerns in the COU upper echelons have been partly responsible for the formation of that cat, so they couldn't have Anji leave their A squad just for Rukshana's sake. Instead, the head of the COU government had stepped in personally to mediate, and in the end, the whole matter was settled by having the king of Rukshana's country publicly announce that she had been given special permission. I don't want you to get the wrong idea, but I'm not trying to say one group is right or wrong here. I'm just pointing out that all regions have their own cultures, which have been developed over long histories. They all have to respect one another. Fortunately, the culture where you and Meow live in, there shouldn't be any problems regardless of what her sex actually is. That's all I'm saying. Still, there's one thing I want you to make sure you remember. In the AOU, whether it's same-sex marriage or whatever, that issue only concerns the two people involved. However, in another region, that could be completely different. In some situations, no matter how much you two decided you love each other, it wouldn't work out. You know, I don't know if I've ever actually seen, like, gay rights or homosexuality or whatever the best term for it. Same-sex, well, no, that's not really like, talked about it this in-depth in a visual novel, or Japanese media in general before. I mean, that's not really, like, the kind of thing Japan really focuses on, I guess. But it's pretty nice to see it in one. In that sense, you're quite fortunate, Jaden. I can think of one other visual novel that kind of stemmed into it. And I mean kind of. Well, no. Like, I thought of it, but not really. No, it doesn't. It has a theme that's kind of similar to that, in a way, but... Anyway. Like, I've read some Yuri stuff, and I think I've read, like, one or two yaoi manga until it got to the point where it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, cute guys doing cute things. I was like, okay, that's trash. Now cute girls doing cute things, that is elevated. That's treasure right there. And like, they never really go into it usually. Which, I mean, there's room to explore that, just never is. There are all sorts of cultures and ways of thinking in this world. The AOU often calls itself an advanced nation when it comes to human rights. However, that might be quite an arrogant way of thinking about it. For example, same-sex marriages are allowed in the AOU, but marriage between close relatives is not. However, if there existed a country that didn't allow same-sex marriage, but did allow marriages between close relatives, then the AOU would definitely be a backwards nation in their eyes. It isn't as though cultures and the laws of each and every place suddenly fall out of the sky one day, engraved on stone tablets. These things have been brewed throughout the long histories of the people in these lands. It'd be arrogant for an outsider to call some of them advanced and some backwards. So when some aspect of a culture doesn't fit in with its era, it's up to the people living in that cultural sphere to decide whether they should change it or not. Since even a single culture can have so many divergent views, if this pair of lovers had actually been from different cultures, this issue would have surely been even more complicated. It's even possible that it even wouldn't work out, even if both the lovers decided to go through with it. We'll talk it over alone and make our decision. We won't worry about what other people say. Those are the rules of this land. and I've decided to deepen my relationship with Meow. It's good. As for overcoming the differences between American and Japanese culture, you should be able to find countless tips on the net from people who've succeeded at it. The rest is up for me to figure out. The answer is obvious. Conclusion, no matter what sex her body is, I, Jaden, like Meow. However, if I know her sex beforehand, I'll be able to control myself better in various ways. I'm sure I'll be able to avoid hurting her. No, maybe I'll hurt her just to know that I'm thinking this. Oh wait, I'm making a mistake here. This isn't something I have to figure out alone. It's something Meow and I have to figure out. If both of us really do want to be together, I just bit my tongue. Sure, we'll naturally find the proper distance to keep while still being ourselves. Isn't that obvious now, considering how much we managed to relax around each other since we first arrived at Neo-Akihabara? I guess you really do want to know, right? How does she know? What do you mean? About my biological sex. Jaden panicked, thinking that she'd seen right through him. Then again, Y'ad probably been having a mental conference with her female friends, just like Jaden. Yeah? I love you. Whoa, dude! It's the first date! My guy! I love you, Meow. Thank you. Still, I didn't fall in love with you because you're a girl. It's because you're Meow. Uh-huh. So, I'm not gonna force you to tell me. I see. And anyway, how can you be so sure I'm a guy? See how long my hair is? Maybe when I'm in my room, I tie them into twin tails and wear miniskirt maid outfits, right? Think I'd like to see that. Give me the Sprite. So don't worry about it. We don't even live in a time where the Ciconia carry our babies to us. Oh, they said Ciconia! Worrying about biological sex is a concept of the past. You're saying that out of concern for me, aren't you? Thanks, Jaden. Still, I really do think this is unfair. What is? I mean, I'm being unfair, not you. What, seriously? Why? Started liking you knowing you're a wonderful man, but you started liking me even without knowing my sex. Is biological sex really so important when two people like each other? Well, I do believe Jaden has the right to seek sexual relationships with the opposite gender in his dating life. Wow! What relations? My Koryo started croaking, I couldn't hear that part. Oh my. Want me to show you how to take off your felties? I agree with Habel. If Jaden isn't going to be able to find what he's looking for, he has the right to spend all that effort on a different girl. Maybe it's the same kind of unfairness as a married person, pretending to be single when talking to someone looking for marriage. For Jaden, no, for men, is it really so important that the one they love be of the opposite sex? Princess, finding that fact to be strange or unsightly, it's a sign of ignorance about the opposite sex. Have you ever heard of the book, What Men Think About Apart from Sex? What men think about apart from Karo? Men must really love Karo. Wow! What men think of apart... Is that a real book? I'm not sure. That sounds interesting. Let's look it up. Now searching Poyo. Search results. There's a novel of that name written by Sheridan Simove. Colloquially, it's also a phrase used to refer to a blank notebook, ironically implying that men don't think about anything other than sex. Wasn't there also a book what women think about apart from money? Meow. You're worried about that? You really like him? Wouldn't it be better to come clean and tell him? Wait, I just realized Chloe isn't involved here. And you know, these two as well, but... Is it just because, Meow doesn't want, AOU to know about the CPP thing? Which, Jaden found out and then Gunhild was kind of contacted about it. So, that's my guess. They haven't really mentioned that. I think there's actually one line about it. I forget. If you're worried about that and really like him, wouldn't it be better to come clean and tell him? That's certainly one option. To be honest, even we don't know your body's real sex. Similarly, when we act like women, there's no way for anyone to know what our body sexes are. Our bodies are far apart, we only meet in Kisuna virtual rooms, so our sexes don't really matter. However, in your world, where your bodies can actually approach each other, sure it matters a lot. I think that, as long as love is mutual, it can be shared between people regardless of sex. And even with inanimate objects, if you take it to an extreme. It's quite a unique way of looking, a unique way of thinking, Lingji. I don't dislike it though. I'm aware that this view is only shared by a tiny minority, both in the COU and the world at large. I suppose gender really is important. Telling him the truth would make him give up on you, and that love wouldn't have lasted long anyway. If that's the case, you'd be better off making things clear sooner rather than later. Does this mean your sex really is one that would make him give up on you? No, it's not like that. Thanks everyone for worrying so much for my sake. It's not as though I'm keeping quiet because my sex would make Jaden give up on. Can we just say it already? That's my problem. Or problem. Meow and personalities have two different genders in a single body, so a gender reveal wouldn't only have consequences for her. Bearing that in mind, it certainly wasn't an easy problem. Whether you decide to reveal it or not, that choice will also be part of your romantic experience. The line a couple chapters back where choo-choo where Meow was referred to as like a murder bot makes me think this whole chapter would be great if it's just a setup for Meow being is intersex the right word? I don't know, but I think that word gets across what I mean. They're neither or both, or like I don't really know how those work. Like, yeah. But I mean, if eugenics is involved, it's more than just like a 1 in 1 million chance or whatever the rate is. Anyway, if they both have love, there's no barrier they won't be able to cross. Wow! In the end, what Naima just said is the answer. No matter how much we barge in and try to offer advice, it isn't as important as the answer Meow decides for herself. Meow, I think we should enjoy your love, including the part where you worry over this question. I'd like to see the same conversation from the perspective of like a couple that where the CPP in question, right? Is that a noun? Or it's a noun now. Isn't androgynous. I think that'd be interesting. Although it'd mostly just be things repeated, but still. Jaden, I'll definitely tell you about about my body someday. Don't worry about it, okay? There's no need to force yourself. No, I want to tell you. I just need a bit more time to prepare myself mentally. I see. So, Christmas, huh? No, don't pull a Yakupo! Don't set dates for things! Everyone knows that goes wrong. There's a death flag. In Japan, Christmas is considered a major event for couples, Polyo. By the way, America roasts turkeys for Christmas, but in Japan, they eat fried Christmas, yeah, fried chicken for some reason. Polyo! If we could still feel this way about each other on Christmas, I'll tell you then. Is that too long to wait? Not at all! I'll respect your feelings. Still, thanks. Why? You probably decided to do that for my sake. Thanks for caring about me so much. I'll make sure I care about you just as much, Meow. So I'll make you a promise right now. Okay? I love you regardless of what sex you are. You're the best girlfriend and the best buddy guy. I mean, haven't you like officially like... Sure, she called it a date, but like, ooh. And the best buddy a guy could have. Or, yeah. Thanks, Jaden. Christmas wasn't that far off. But once autumn and the winter came, it would be here. They passed in front of a home appliance modding store. In the window, a TV toaster hybrid was showing them the news. Can you play Skyrim on it? Standing in front of the IPMA headquarters in Lato, Brazil. Just now, their spokesperson commented on the conflicts breaking out simultaneously across the globe, saying that, because interventions made in any particular conflict might benefit or harm one faction or another, they'd have to wait for the situation to de-escalate before taking action. He made it clear that they don't intend to interfere with any of these conflicts at this time. In response to this, the AOU Joint Press Secretary said, Polyo! Interrupt! CM! If you get into the new version of Ciconia, Polyo, for a small fee, you'll be able to remove ads like this one, Polyo! You haven't done that yet, so it'll be 2 minutes and 58 seconds until the ad ends, Polyo! Now let's sing the Audi Frogs Coming of Age Journey! Yep. To all video uploaders, this is as far as you can record and distribute videos for y'all. We hope all of you watching enjoy the rest on your PCs for y'all. Yep. So that's as far as I can take you guys. You've got to make the rest of your journey on your own. I'll meet you at the finish line. You gotta walk the rest on your own. Okay? Go! I don't know, I'm trying to like... Have you guys seen Air Bud? It's trying to like, where he's like, go dog! And the dog goes and plays basketball. That's not how this thing goes. So thank you for watching, everyone. I will be recording the rest, but whether or not it gets uploaded is just up to this policy being taken away. I actually ran an interview, which I probably shouldn't have, given it could have been spoilers. Which there actually could have been. Just there was a line that was like, "Is that like a spoiler? Or is that just talking about production?" I'm not really sure, and I'm still not sure. But like, even if I'm gonna say it's not a spoiler, if you want to go to the rest of Ciconia completely blind, click off now. But in the interview, the interviewer said that it sure was a bloodbath, huh? Right after talking about like production and stuff. So I don't know if that's talking about Ciconia. Like, is everyone going to die? Which like, Higurashi and Umineko make that a safe bet. Which and I was assuming that anyway, but you know, just in case. But also, they were just talking about production and like, I don't know. Also, they mentioned Naima at one point. Like, don't you want to protect Naima? I forget. But I mean, for characters to mention, that makes me think she's gonna be like the Natsuhi of Phase 1, where she gets a lot of focus. Wait, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, May will be when Ciconia 2 comes out, which I hope by then I'll be able to upload Ciconia 1 and then record the first whatever of Ciconia 2. Anyways, how far into it are we? Like a fourth or a third? Because I imagine things are about to get real in a couple chapters. I meant to look into how many chapters Higurashi and Umineko's episode 1 had, but I forgot. But I want to say about 20. 12 to 20 is what I'm guessing. Like, how many achievements does Higurashi 1 have? Yeah, that's 14, so there's about 12 chapters in that. Because Higurashi has Steam achievements for every chapter. Yeah, it seems 12 to 14-ish seems about the usual. But Umineko, I think, had a couple more. Also, this is supposed to be long. I don't know. Anyways, I will see you guys with the final thoughts video, which won't be up for a while because I actually have to finish it. So expect that in about a month or so, hopefully. It shouldn't take too much longer than that. It'll almost definitely be out by the end of the year. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. I've had a lot of fun with it. I wish we would have been able to do more of it, like to what I assume like the halfway tone shift point is, but it is what it is. It's not like I'm not going to keep recording, and hopefully it'll be up. I'm repeating myself at this point. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, everyone. Well, I mean, this is going at the end of the video. So, hey, I would normally well, I've been thinking about the last chapter. I don't know where to start. I've been thinking about it for like the past week since I haven't been able to record chapter 8, right? And that gave me a kind of insane theory about Ciconia's grander narrative here. And I wanted to talk about it. I'll normally put this in, you know, the next episode. But, you know, that's like, at the very least, like a month away. Probably longer, even. So I'm going to talk about this now, you know, when it's relevant still. And maybe I'll go back into this in my recap, or final thoughts, or whatever you want to call it, video. Or maybe I won't, because it'll be totally rejected, but either one. Anyway, before we go further, I want to say, like, just Higurashi and Umineko spoilers. Don't go further if you haven't read either. And put like a sign in there. Trust me, it's gonna be completely cool. Anyway, so I was thinking about chapter 7. I was like, oh yeah, it's one of those just Rikushi stops the plot to talk about something, which he does that sometimes. But, you know, I was thinking, like, how often does he do that when it's not really related to, like, the narrative at all? And I couldn't think of one. Maybe, you know, forget it, because I'm sure there's at least a couple. But usually when your Kyushi goes on a rant about something random, it's at least some way related to the main plot. So this chapter was... I'd say the thing he went for at the end was... Love... Appearance, should it matter for love? Or something along those lines, basically. Like, was it Lingji? She was... I think it was her. She was saying, like, you know... Why does sex matter? And stuff like that, basically. And... That got me thinking, like, okay, yeah, Yakushi, yeah, you know, that's pretty cool. Yeah. But then I was like, wait. What if... This is foreshadowing? So, here's my theory. Remember, Higurashi no Minako spoilers. I took that, which, you know, and got appearances don't matter, and I got from that, don't trust appearances. So, in the last video, I noticed that, you know, Tojiro kind of looked like Tomitake, and a commenter was kind enough to mention, so, his name's Tojiro. The first, like, Japanese character for Tomitake is To. Gio is Tomitake's first name. Tojiro. Also, on the Higurashi wiki, it says that again, Higurashi spoilers. Last warning. The Tomitake's name is actually a fake name, an alias. Yeah, that's how you say it. Which maybe Tojiro's his real name. That's a theory. And so that means we have 3 Higurashi characters in Ciconia. Tomitake, Takano, well, Dreisig. Apparently it's pronounced Dreisig. I looked it up on Google Translate. And Okanoki. And in Higurashi, all 3 of them are related to the organization Tokyo. Who I don't really remember, like... I watched the Higurashi anime like 5 years ago. Like, what they did, other than, hey, we're gonna research Shirabazawa syndrome. That's gonna be cool, yeah. And, you know, private army and stuff, yeah. And, you know, Takano did her thing, and, you know, stuff happened. I need to read Higurashi's visual novel. Well, I've read 1 through 5. I've talked about this. Let's not ramble. So this leads me to believe that my thoughts on them should be reversed. Specifically Takano. Like, is she the antagonist? Like, what the scene we saw from her made us think, yeah, obviously she's the antagonist. Like, that's totally evil. But is she, though? Like, I don't think her role is going to be the antagonist. I think she's going to be like a neutral party, and the kings are going to be the antagonist. Although maybe that's just what she wants us to think, assuming it is her that has control of Computer Meow. That's her name now. And another thing, the kings themselves. So there's the obvious fact that in media, if a character has a mask on, there's a reason for it. And it is possible that their identities literally don't matter and their faces are irrelevant to the story. But I don't buy it. I believe that under those masks is one, a Ciconia character whose face either we know or don't know yet. Of them so far that are male and would fit, I mean, Jaden's probably the one that would carry the most weight. But there's literally nothing to foreshadow that. Unless I missed it. So I'm just gonna say that's probably off the table, but or it could just be Meow's face plastered on on the men, or like it even could be like there's only so many male characters, so it could be like a female character, and then like I don't like the body shape, like I don't know. Anyway, that character doesn't matter. The other 2 are Irie, who is related to Tokyo, and Kinzo. So hear me out here. So Ciconia takes place far in the future from Higurashi no Minako. Meaning, Takano, Okanogi, and Tomitake couldn't possibly still be alive. Now this could be a different universe. We don't know that really. I'm going to assume it's the same universe. In which case, I believe that they mentioned like they have like childbirth factories that they used these relatively important people, since, like, you know, they're from Tokyo, or in Okinogi's case, he's related to the Ushiromiya group. Who else was related to the Ushiromiya group? Kinzo. Kinzo is the king of Sario. And Irie, like, I guess ridicule? Like, you could say Kinzo works as anger too, but personally, I think Sario works better for Kinzo. But, like, if you, like, need to, like, reverse them, then yeah, Kinzo works for anger just as well. Well, not just as well, but pretty well. Like, I mean, he's Kinzo. And that's my theory. I kind of believe it. I mean, there's probably something shocking under those masks. And given that we've seen Higurashi characters, we're probably going to see an Umineko character at some point. Unless we don't. But I think we will. Or it's going to turn out like Meow is related to, like, the Ushiromiya family in some way because, like, red hair. Like Battler and Angie. Come on now. 50-50 chance. Wait. What if Meow is literally just, like, Battler or Angie? But, like, younger. Well, no, their eye color doesn't match. Well, I'm looking at like, the icon for Ciconia, and Meow's, like, orangish eyes, which doesn't match with Battler, who has either black or blue eyes, depending on the sprites. I don't know about Angie, though. I assume the same? Maybe? Anyways, guys, that's basically a complete shot in the dark. I'm like, what, maybe a third of the way into Ciconia at this point? So yeah, I'm gonna go into the next chapter now. And yeah, this will probably be uploaded today because I meant to upload this yesterday, but I didn't have this recorded and I wanted to get this in here. So anyways, bye.